Does it ever occur to you that you are attracting exactly what it is that you are putting out there? That this is not the universe doing that. That this is you doing that? I mean, I'm not like asking you to blame. I'm just saying it's what keeps showing up in your life. So the independent variable here is you. It keeps showing up. You keep maybe anticipating it, expecting it, not believing you're worthy of it, thinking that this is the way things always are going to go for you, whatever it might be. And there's almost like an anticipation that when we're going to get close to the edge, but we're never going to be able to jump in and really make this happen. Have you processed them in such a way that you say, I needed to go through that? Like when you go through a divorce or when you go through a bankruptcy, or when you lose a job, or when there's an accident or whatever, most people start, telling themselves, this is awful, this shouldn't have happened, but if you're at the place that I'm speaking to you from the power of intention, you would be saying to yourself, of course, this is what I needed to go through, that there's no mistakes in the universe, that my plan doesn't work, God's plan does, I'm going to listen to that one. I'm not going to judge it, I'm not going to tell myself that it should be something different. And it's like, and then you begin to attract an energy that says there's no obstacle that could possibly show up as this thing unfolds that could prevent the best outcome for me. There's nothing that could prevent the best outcome for me. I may not know what that best outcome is, but it's on its way, and I expect it to continue. And it's like, and you create that kind of a mindset, and I just don't anticipate things not working out. And I have some things, even right now in my own life, that haven't worked out exactly the way that I wanted them to work out. And I know that there's a greater plan at work here. And it's like I get to a place where I just suspend that, and I get into that thing that I was talking about at the beginning of the show, where I allow myself to be in a state of waiting and in a state of anticipation and a state of joy, of not trying to push the river and not trying to make something bigger happen, and not tell myself that something terrible has happened in the way of an obstacle. Then the obstacles disappear, and then you get past that and you realize, yeah, so this is exactly why. I mean, 5 years ago, I was in just a miserable state in a relationship and what's going on and so on, and I thought perhaps that I could never be happy again. And today I'm deliriously happy, and I look back on what happened 5 years ago, and I understand exactly what was going on and why it had to go on, and I'm in a better relationship with everybody, including the person from 5 years ago and now and everything. And at the time, I just wasn't able to see the bigger picture, and that's what I'm asking you to look at. Look at the bigger picture. Don't give up. The source that created you is what's behind all of this. Be completely at peace with that. And whatever you want or looking for, anticipate that it's coming rather than that something's going to blow it up.
I think the word, the word analysis?
Yes.
ANALYSIS. The first four letters of analysis are what? Anal, okay? And which means that we spend too much of our time trying to figure things out like that, like why isn't this happening? Instead of just accepting that it is and trying to come up with an answer that's going to make sense. And the same answer that I might give to you is like this. I could say you're not ready, and then in the next breath someone else would say, well, you're just walking down the wrong roads. Yeah. And neither one of you, there's no answer to that. There's no right answer to it other than this is what is. And I am a vibrational match to it. In other words, I'm matched up with these doors being closed. That's where I am. All I want to do is unmatch myself. I want to move to a place where doors open. And If you heard what I just read from Lao Tzu, it's like that means dissolving your ties to this material world and not seeing yourself here as a human being having a spiritual experience, but truly realigning yourself in such a way so that first and foremost your number one relationship is to your source, is to God. And you begin to dissolve the ties that you have to this physical world. It's like it's so temporary and it's so fleeting, and it's it's like it's over in a second, as you know. And so this just isn't who you are. So then when you get to that place and you just begin to observe the doors and just notice the doors, you can make them open all by yourself. You can make them open by just saying, I'm no longer a vibrational match to closed doors. That's just not what I do. And if that door is closed, then I'm either going to walk through it, or I'm not going to pay attention to it. I'm going to ignore it, or I'm going to choose a different door. But I'm not going to try to analyze it, figure it out, and or anything else. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to be done with all the trying to figure it out and become an essential spiritual being. and then you'll be guided. That's when the doors open. That's when what Lao Tzu called these angelic teachers, that's when they begin to show up. They don't show up because you're chasing after them, because you really want them to open up. I'm going to read you one more quick quote from that same passage. Oh, we just have a minute. I just got notified that we just have a minute. It says, these angelic teachers cannot be sought out. It is they who seek out the student. When you succeed in connecting your energy with the divine realm through higher awareness and the practice of virtue, the transmission of the ultimate truths will follow. This is the path that all angels take to the divine realm. You just have to step back, detach yourself from your ego, and reach out and serve, and all will be yours.